What can I say? The camera loves me. I apologize in advance for this video. It was taken at different days and on different times, so I'm going to change shirts and faces and colors a couple of times. I recently read I Am Legend, the actual book, which is a little bit different from the movie. I don't know if you saw the movie, but if you haven't, watch it because it's really good. It's actually not about zombies, it's about vampires, which is a little bit surprising because, well, I guess they took some liberties in the movie, but anyway, it's about this guy and he's living alone in a world full of vampires, and then he learns how to, like, I don't know, stop them, and then he basically meets this dog, and then he befriends the dog, and then the dog dies. It breaks his heart, kind of crushes him, and then he meets this woman. He finds out she's a vampire, and she's like, "What?" And then they execute him, and that's the end of the book. Anyway, uh, moving on. I read a book called The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I've been hearing about it for a long time because I've been watching your John Green's videos online. But it's a book about this cancer survivor girl, and she meets this other kid, and then he's like, I was a cancer survivor too. And then she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna live very much longer. And then he's like, oh snap, I just found out that I got a cancer remission, and I'm not gonna live very much longer either. And then he dies, and then she's like, life sucks. And that's that book. I also read another book. It's really old. It's called The Status Civilization. I listened to it. It was good. It's about this guy, and he like wakes up on this starship, and he's like, I don't know who I am. And then he goes to this planet, and the people on the starship are like, just so you know, you're a criminal and you can't remember your former life because we erased your memory. Have a good time on this prison planet where we send all of our criminals. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he almost dies like 7 times in a row. They basically like have like opposite rules, like if you start using drugs, you're not allowed to you're not allowed to stop using drugs, and you're not allowed to not kill people. And if you don't kill people, you'll get like investigated for not being a good criminal and stuff. He meets this girl, and they kind of do it a few times, and then he almost dies again, and then they send him to hijack one of the spaceships that he came to this prison planet on, and he's like, I'm gonna go back to Earth and find out why they exiled us to this crazy planet. And he goes back there, and everyone there is brainwashed super hardcore, and then he finds out that everyone was brainwashed to the 5th degree. If they broke the rules, they would automatically forget everything they'd ever done because they were brainwashed that hardcore. And then he figures that out, and then they find out a way to stop the brainwashing, and that's the end of that book. It was actually a really good book. I recommend it. The Status Civilization. I also watched a movie called Arsenic and Old Lace, and it was great. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It will brighten your day. It's great. And I also watched a movie called Harvey, with that one guy from Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's about this guy, and he wanders around, and he has an imaginary friend who's a 6 foot tall white bunny, and no one else can see him but him. But it turns out in the end that he's actually real, even though no one can see him. It's pretty funny. I didn't like it very well though. I mean, I liked it, but Bethany liked it more than I did. Anyway. Yeah, and we also went to the Sikh parade yesterday, which was fun and interesting. Here's a clip from it. There was a lot of really good food. There was also a lot of really weird food. Like this guy like poured me a cup of sour curdled milk stuff, and I didn't drink it. I mean, I drank a little bit of it, but then I was like, F that shit. And so yeah. We walked from Butte House on Terra Buena all the way to the temple, and it was packed and crowded like it was the freaking streets of India times 10 to the max turbines status. There's a lot of people there, a lot, like death and Indian destruction. It was hardcore. You should have been there. Wish you could be there. But you're in Cambodia right now, having fun times. So, yes, I hope this gets to you soon and that you will be galvanized into wanting to make me a video, and then I'll make you another one in like another week or so, maybe sooner, because I'm kind of excited about making videos. Anyway. Ellie Farley, Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds, oh my god!
No.
Bethany Farley,
Don't.
Criminal Minds, Bethany Farley. Me.